Dear patient, someone asked me, Doctor, why do blind people shed tears? Why do we see tears in the eyes of blind people? Are we supposed to see tears in their eyes since they cannot see? The answer is yes, and I'm going to be explaining why. There are three types of tears that our eyes produces. We have the first one, the basal tears. The basal tears is the tears that our eyes constantly produce that helps to keep our eyes lubricated. These tears are mostly produced when you blink. The second one is what we call the reflex tears. This type of tears is usually produced for example, when you are chopping onions because it irritates your eyes. So your eyes naturally produces these tears, and just to tell you that, okay, there's something that you're doing that is irritating me, so I don't like it. Your eyes start to produce tears immediately. So this type of tears, we call it the reflex tears. The third one is the emotional tears. These are the tears that our eyes produce when we are emotional, whether it can be that you're feeling happy or you're sad. These three types of tears that I mentioned are being controlled by the limbic system, which is the emotional centers of the brain. There are two major reasons why a person can shed tears. Either you're emotional or that something enters your eyes. Either way, the tears produced are being controlled by the limbic system. For example, that you're emotional, something good happened to you and you want to shed tears of joy. What happens is that the limbic system will trigger or stimulate the lacrimal gland in your eyes. And the lacrimal gland is a gland in your eyes that produces tears. This lacrimal gland is located above your eyelid. So whenever you feel emotional or something enters your eyes or there is need for you to shed tears, the limbic system will triggers or stimulate this lacrimal gland to produce tears. And both the limbic system and the lacrimal gland does not ask the question, can this person see, so that we'll know whether will produce the tears or not. So the limbic system just does its work by stimulating the lacrimal gland, and the lacrimal gland will respond by producing tears. So it is important to note that the limbic system and the visual pathway are two separate pathways, even though they work hand in hand. So being blind does not hurt the activities of the limbic system or the lacrimal gland. And by the way, being blind has to do with either the cornea, crystalline lens, retina, and the optic nerves. And none of them is responsible for producing tears. That is why a blind person can still produce tears adequately, unless there is a problem with the lacrimal gland or the limbic system. This is the only time a blind person will not be able to produce tears. I hope this video was informative. Follow me for more videos like this.